Hello, welcome back to Steve's Retirement Corner. Retirement realignment. It's kind of every year I do a thing, but this time of year where I look back on the past year, and kind of look forward to the year ahead. You know, plan what little parks I might be headed to, little fishing trip I might want to run down to the beach or down at a pier or whatever, you know. Or maybe me and the baby get a wild hair and want to take off somewhere. You know, we look back and we kind of see where things went wrong, or see where we might have made a mistake or whatever, and we kind of make an adjustment for the year going forward. I've already made financial adjustments. I do my finances twice a year, like in February and then like July, August, somewhere through there, about 6 months apart, and then we'll go from there. It helps keep me on track, but I just do the rest of our retirement and year end wise, retirement ain't nothing but it's just another stage of life, man, and it's and life don't quit when you retire, man. Some years you have, some years just be like that, where they just ain't that good, and some years are where they're better than others, But the thing is, man, you don't turn stupid one day you retire. I mean, you're smart enough to get there. You're smart enough to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's the way I look at it anyways. I think they take too much of the personal out of retirement planning, as far as how you react to situations. None of that's really baked in. They set a certain standard and say, hey man, you're going to increase your spending 2% a year or 5% a year or whatever, and they don't take into consideration your personal habits and ability. And I think that's why retirement unnerves a lot of people. They don't seem to have enough confidence in themselves to handle the situation that might pop up. You might not handle it right, and you might screw up a lot like I do, but somehow you get through it. It's like this year. Well, listen, I'm gonna have to preface this. This is a great year because I've done pretty much everything I wanted to do. As far as it was my choice. I had very few things go wrong that wasn't my choice, or that I changed. How's that? But it's been an unusual year. Retirement's it's not a straight road. It's a straight, smooth road. It has a lot of hairpin turns and a lot of potholes. And it seemed like this year, every time I hit a pothole, before I go down and get my tires realigned, I'd hit another one. That's the way this year's felt. But like I said, it was my own choice. I had stuff I wanted to do this year, never got to it, because I had other things pop up that I deemed more important to me. You know what I mean? So it's not that I didn't do stuff I wanted to do. It's just not the way I laid it out last year at this time when I was doing my retirement planning, or my yearly planning. But and this stuff come on so quick, run behind the other, and I about midsummer I just called it quits. I said, forget it, man. I just get back on track at the end of the year. And that's where retirement is. Most of it is, honestly, man, is day to day dealing with the situation at hand for most of us, man. So what if you're supposed to go see a daggone play tonight with the baby, but something else comes up and hey man, you know what, I think I'd rather do that first. You know what I mean? You see what's going on at the time, and you deem what's more important to you at the time and change it around. It's, for most of us anyways, man. For us it is, for sure. It's a day at a time, and keep plugging. That's just the way it is. So you're kind of winging it, but you're kind of not. I think it's a good idea to have have a financial plan for your income and your spending. And I think it's a good idea to have, just an overall retirement plan of where you want to be next year, or 10 years from now, or 20 years from now. Because sometimes, man, I have so many distractions. I mean, it's just, you got all that free mind space, And I'll see something, I'll say, you know what, let me follow that rabbit hole for next 6 weeks or whatever, And I ain't had time to get to what I'd set out to originally. It's a forked road, and I always take the wrong one, it seems like, and I never get accomplished everything I'd set out for. It's an interesting journey, I can tell you that, Doc. But if you have that financial plan and you have that kind of yearly outlook or 10-year outlook or whatever, where you want to be or how you want things to go, it kind of gives you a guardrail to keep you on track. It does me. I think that's the benefit of it to me, that routine or schedule. Because I usually have Wednesdays and Fridays and my days off, Doc. I worked a lot of them this year, and it ticked me off. Or it does now. At the time, I deemed it was necessary because it was something else going on I wanted to tackle. I kind of go by feel, to be honest with you. I get up in the morning, I feel like doing something different than I'd planned on, then I go ahead and tackle it. That's why it takes me so long to do anything, too. I'll get started, I don't know, planting a garden or something. It might be a month later before I actually finish it. Because I got, maybe I want to take a trip down to the fishing pier. Or me and babe would drive down to North Carolina for the day or something like that. It just... and you got that free time, and nothing is pounding on your behind trying to make you do anything. It's there when you get to it. It just makes it so easy to get distracted from me. Hey man, I've said it before, it's like when you were a kid, everything is new to you and you want to do it all. And that's my problem. That's why nothing gets done. But it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's something. But just don't get too wrapped up in perfection when you're planning. Expect the road to be long, windy, hilly, and full of potholes. But if you got some kind of plan, financial plan, that you can go off of, it helps you find your way back on track. You know what I mean? And the same goes for what you got planned for the year. Your goals of where you want to be at, or something you want to do. You can take it at the end of the year and you can look it up and see where you didn't get to it, and you can say, hey, was this a permanent thing or is this a temporary setback? And you can move forward from there. That's the way I do it anyways. This time of year, I'm usually making up all that stuff. As far as the little trips I want to take, or history adventures I want to take, or fishing trips, or whatever. And then we start out pretty strong in the beginning of the year. And usually by the end of the year, I've only done about half of everything. I'm the world's worst for actually finishing stuff. But hey man, look at here, we got a little bit of snow today. I don't know how well y'all can tell that, but it's about all melted. You can tell the daggone driveway's already melted away. Roads are clear, driveway's clear. Hopefully the rest of this will be out of here by this evening. If not, it will be tomorrow. Sun didn't come out today and we barely got above freezing. But I made a video yesterday. Didn't post it, but I'd said I wasn't going to come out today because it was calling for a little bit of snow. This is the first time I come out today. And it was at 3 o'clock, 3:30, something like that. Steve don't do the cold, Doc. But it was in the trees. I don't know if you can see up in the little cedar tree there. So we and the only reason I come out today was to make a video. The things us creators do to make our viewership happy. But anyways, man, I'm gonna get in the house, get me a little bit of bowl of chili. Wife cooked some chili today. And then I got some comments to answer. I ain't commented on the last 2 videos I made, I guess. Or I ain't replied, but I'm gonna get on them now. And I got a couple emails that kicking me in the butt, so I'm gonna get back to them. But y'all take care. You be careful out there shoveling snow. If you're in I know a lot of you people got a lot of snow now, and it's rare here this time of year. First to get anything, much less a big snow. And this ain't big. It's only about 3-4 inches. It's about all gone. Just be careful out there shoveling that snow. It ain't it ain't nothing for us old people to get hurt doing something like that, Doc. You got too much life ahead of you and too much distractions to see and do. But y'all take care, man, and we'll talk with y'all later.